All right, good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right, well, my name is Paul Duran, and I am the president of Garvey Council PTA. And I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to our 2022 Founders Day, where PTA is actually celebrating its 125th birthday for advocating for children. So that's the purpose behind Founders Day is pretty much to get together and celebrate PTA and celebrate the volunteers in the community that that really step up for the district and for ultimately for the children. This is supposed to be, or it's actually a association, our February association meeting, but I look at it more of a celebration for PTA and our volunteers, and to celebrate everything they do for the children, the students of Garvey, and to really recognize them. I really look forward to Founders Day because I feel that's really when we just get to, like I said, recognize all those special individuals for everything they do for our students. So that's enough of me talking. I want to go ahead and get started uh, with our program this evening. Looks like we have about 100 participants in the room so far, so that's amazing. Hopefully it will just continue to grow as we go on. So I'm going to go ahead and move to the next item on our program tonight. And just like every PTA meeting, we're going to go ahead and start with our Pledge of Allegiance. And leading us in our Pledge of Allegiance is a student from Willard Elementary School, Stephen Lopez. Go ahead, Stephen.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, well done, Stephen. Thank you very much. All right, and moving right along, the next item on our program tonight is going to be an inspirational message. We like to start off every meeting with an inspirational message, and this month we have the pleasure of having it delivered by another student from Willard, Samantha Lopez. Go ahead, Samantha.
My name is Samantha Lopez. I am from Willard Elementary. Today I want to share my favorite quote that says, "Keep moving, for it may be that the greatest song has not yet been sung, the greatest book has not been written, the highest mountain has not been climbed. This is your challenge. Reach out and grab it." But there is something we can learn from this broken grammar of that mother, that we must keep moving. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. used these words to motivate the youth to not give up regardless of the struggles they endured. And it is with the same words that I want to motivate our students, teachers, staffs, and administrators and volunteers at Garvey to keep persevering. These last 2 years in the pandemic have been difficult for many, but Garvey has not given up. One small step at a time, our students will accomplish their education and personal goals. Thank you, teachers and staff, for your patience and dedication to Garvey students. Thank you, volunteers and families, for your support, and thank you, administrators, for the leadership during difficult times. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Samantha. You did an amazing job. Thank you. All right. So moving right along, I'm going to introduce our superintendent, Ms. Anita Chu, who will be introducing the Board of Education, Administration, and Principals for the Garvey School District.
Thank you, Paul. Good evening, Garvey. We are in a happy place this evening. Well, to be exact, we are in a happy cyberspace. Thank you, Paul, and all of our Garvey Council PTA leaders for making this beautiful gathering possible. This evening, as has been shared, is about celebrating great people who have contributed to the greatness of Garvey, despite the challenging situation. And because of these self-giving individuals and others like them, Garvey, we have been able to and will continue to journey strong together to reach unparalleled heights. So thank you, Garvey. At this time, it is my honor to introduce to you the great leaders serving on the Garvey Board of Education. These amazing leaders have provided strong leadership for the district with great wisdom, courage, and passion to ensure the best interests of our children and families during these challenging times. So board members, as I introduce you, please wave to the group if you are here. I'll start with our board president, Mr. Vin Go.
Hey, everyone.
Thank you. Vice President, Mr. John Nunes. Thank you, Mr. Nunes. And board clerk, Ms. Maureen Chin, not a stranger to the group. You know, she also serves as the vice chair of the Garvey Council PTA. Ms. Chin, thank you. And board member, Ms. Bobby Bruce. Board member, Mr. Ronald Trapanino. So board president, Mr. Go, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you, Superintendent. As Mr. Duran mentioned earlier, you know, it's great that there's been 125 years of celebration in terms of working with the PTA and working with the schools. And I would be remiss today if I didn't announce some of the great partnerships we have with our local site leaders. I did a quick scan and I saw that Mr. Alcone, Mr. Melgian, Mr. Stocks, Mr. Chow, Dr. Boyd, Ms. Gonzalez, Ms. McDonald, and Ms. Benitez. Give them a great hand of appreciation for showing the partnership and continuing the efforts of making the schools better for the students, for the teachers, and for the community. And also on behalf of the Garvey family, thank you again, Garvey Council PTA leaders. Specifically today, I want to give a shout out to Maureen Chen and Paul Duran for giving your 110% effort in making this work day in, day out, especially during these tough times. With that, I'll hand it back to the superintendent.
Thank you so much, Mr. Go. And at this time, I would like to put the spotlight on the dedicated leaders from the administration team. And Mr. Go has already actually done half of my job. Thank you so much for naming the principals. So as you know, the administrator's primary task is to make sure that adequate guidance and support are being provided so that all students, parents, and staff have the safest and quality teaching and learning experiences. I'll start with cabinet. So Mr. Hernandez, if you're here, please wave your hand. Ms. Anna Molinar and Dr. Rudick, please wave your hand.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. And next, I hope our district administrators. If you're here serving in the district office, please wave your hand. And now we have our school principals. Since you have been introduced, I would just want you to unmute yourself and say hi to everybody.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Garvey family.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Nice to see everyone
you can
here.
see that at 5:11, they're still full of energy. So I think I can ask them to come back and work the night shift, right? So thank you so much, Garvey principals. And Laura is saying, yes, okay, I'll be here with you. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Let's give all these dedicated leaders who go above and beyond the call of duty a round of applause. Let's make it a noisy applause. Okay, feel free to unmute yourself. Okay. I'm making some loud noise. Okay, all right, great. Thank you so much. So next is our amazing teachers, our instructional and support staff. As you all know that they are the fearless warriors on the front lines who makes a difference every single minute of the day on the lives of our youngsters. Thank you so much for your dedication, for your love for the children. Please all wave, our teachers, our instructional and the support staff. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, thank you. Last but certainly not least, parents. Parents, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do for your children. And thank you for everything that you do with us for our children. Without you, there's no Garvey. Thank you again for all of your support, and please enjoy the evening.
All right, thank you very much, Superintendent Chu. Thank you very much for your leadership, especially during this time and everything you do for the district. We appreciate you. All right. Next, I'm going to introduce our Vice President of Fundraising, who is actually in charge of our silent auction. And before I introduce her, I just want to say she's been doing an amazing job getting the donations ready and thinking really thinking outside the box of how to conduct this silent auction. She did it last year and she's doing it again this year. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to my Vice President of Fundraising, Mrs. Neila Pacheco. Go ahead, Neila.
Thank you, Paul. Hello, everyone, and welcome. It was very fun doing this last year, and I really enjoyed doing this this year. We have many more donations, and they're fantastic, and I wish I could bid on all of them. Let me see. Here are the items that we have for auction. And here's the link, and the link will be put on the chat. Thank you. Okay, can we go on to the next one? To the next slide? Thank you. Thank you to the following schools who donated items to our auctions: Bitely, Dewey, Emerson, Garvey, and Willard. Thank you to the staff at Willard. And also, thank you to the following people who donated items to the auction: Anita Chu, Paul Duran, Maureen Chin, Christina Martinez, Ashley Martinez, Aspire Art Studios, Keller Williams, Annie Fan, and Neila Pacheco. Okay, Bitely donated this awesome basket. It's a spa day basket.
It's actually from Rice.
Oh, Rice. Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Somebody told me, it gave me, okay, I'm sorry. It's from Rice.
Yes.
Okay, this spa basket, it's from Rice. It has cute items. I don't have the actual basket with me, but would you like to, Ms. Gonzalez, let us know what is in here?
You know, there were so many things that I didn't memorize everything, but I do know that there's 2 robes, a gray one and a white robe. There's creams, there's soaps, there's all kinds of smelly, wonderful things in there. Gosh, I don't know if Miss Grace Carmona, she's the one who put it together. I don't know if she's logged on, but I know that she knows all of the details, but also just the basket itself is so beautiful and gorgeous. And so I would just go for even just the basket because it's so beautiful.
I love it. And that matches every decor. I might put on that myself just for the basket.
Yeah, it's filled with a lot of goodies that I think everyone will really enjoy. And our thought behind it is that, it's been such a stressful time and we all needed something and can benefit from something that will help us relax and just, put us in a different frame of mind.
That's it. That basket is mine. Thank you so much for letting us know. Then our next item is Dewey. Dewey donated dinner, ice cream, and the movies. So thank you so much, Dewey Avenue PTA, for this donation. Okay, Emerson, Christina's cleaning service. Christina Martinez, she has this amazing cleaning crew. They're very dedicated, honest, professional, and they pay very close attention to detail. They're here for all of your cleaning needs, and no job is too hard for Christina's cleaning service. Ashley's Shimmering Creations. She offered these services last year, so thank you, Ashley. She's offering chocolate covered strawberries, some pretzels, and also chocolate covered Rice Krispie treats. All this she can make to your liking. And also she's including the little snow globe coffee mug that you can personalize that in any color, any kind of glitter, or if that's not what you want, she can make you anything else that you like, maybe a t-shirt or something. So this is her Instagram handle, shimmering_creations89. Check out her work. She's really improved. So I might bid on this too. My son's 10th birthday is coming up, so I might get him some treats for that. Okay, thank you. This next one is a Bella Essentials 4-quart slow cooker with locking bands. As a working parent, I can just pop food in there. It can cook all day, and by the time I get home from work, it's ready to be served. Okay, this Aventi electric kettle. This would be good in a classroom. You can heat water, you can make tea, coffee, or if you have an instant noodle soup. I've seen a lot of other teachers where I work, they have this, so that's what gave us the idea to bring this on into the auction. It's very handy and very mess-free. Okay, and Keller Williams donated 4 Target gift cards and 2 Lunar New Year envelopes. And I'm excited about the lunar envelopes, and I think I'm going to bid on this too. And Target too. Target's always good. Aspire Art Studios. They also donated 4 Target gift cards and 2 Lunar New Year envelopes. So if I can't win from Keller Williams, I'll hopefully bid on this one and hopefully win from Aspire Art Studios. Annie Fan, thank you, Annie Fan. She donated 2 envelopes with some green in it. So I don't know how much, but thank you, Annie Fan. Oh, Garvey Intermediate. Okay, we just missed Valentine's Day, but it's always a time to celebrate. Here, Garvey donated 2 wine bottles, and one comes with a Starbucks gift card, and another one comes with a 1 card to be used at Olive Garden and other restaurants. Oh, Francis Willard, the staff there donated money to create this beautiful gift basket, okay, full of cobalt tools. It comes with drill bits and let me see, some pliers and wrench sets and a screwdriver set. And if you notice that screwdriver set, in case worker gets parched, there's a bottle opener right on top. Okay, and Superintendent Anita Chu donated some Starbucks gift cards. So that's up for auction. Okay, we have an Olive Garden gift card from our Garvey Council PTA President, Paul Duran. Thank you, Paul. And lastly, we have 2 Lucille's gift cards donated by Garvey District PTA's first Vice President, Maureen Chin. Thank you, Maureen. So thank you so much to all of you for making this silent auction better than the last one. Garvey Council PTA, thanks you, Paul Duran, Maureen Chin, Alicia Pinon, Stephanie Garcia, Wendy Sang, Martha Rubalcaba, and Marian Sumimoto, and me. So everything's up on, the link is in the chat for the auctions. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Neila, for putting our silent auction together and putting together our little PowerPoint presentation where we can see what we're bidding on. So remember, the link is in the chat, everyone. So if there's something that caught your eye, if you want to bid on something, then please do so. Help out the students of Garvey and the Garvey Council PTA by clicking on that link to 32 auctions and bidding on what you want. All right. And at the end of the auction, I'm sorry, at the end of the evening, our little program, we are going to throw it back to Neila, and Neila's gonna let you know if you won what you were bidding for. So she's going to be watching that closely and report back to us at the end. Okay, so moving on, we're still gonna stay with Miss Neila over here. She is also the chair of our nominating committee. So if you recall, every Founders Day, we present the slate for next year. So the slate of officers that are nominated for Garvey Council PTA. And next meeting, March meeting, will be our election meeting, and that's where we get to elect our officers into office. So Neila, go right ahead.
Okay, thank you, Paul. The nominating committee presents the following slate of officers for Garvey Council PTA for the year 2022-2023. For first Vice President of Programs, Paul Duran. Second Vice President Fundraising, Maureen Chin. Secretary, Stephanie Garcia. Treasurer, Wendy Sang. Auditor, Alicia Pinon. Historian, Griselda Garcia, and President Neila Pacheco. The election will take place at the annual association meeting on March 16th, 2022. Nominations will be open for the floor at this time. However, the nominating committee must be notified 10 days before the meeting. The voting body will be the present board, the superintendent, principals, and 2 board members from each unit. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Neila. And if this slate is elected, and I cannot think of a better person to succeed me as president. So thank you, Neila, for stepping up. I know you do great. All right, so let's see, moving along. I would love to introduce our parliamentarian, Mrs. Marian Sumamoto, who is going to introduce the council unit past presidents and past honorary service award recipients. Marian?
Am I on? Can you hear me? Okay, great. Hello, everyone. I'm so pleased that we continue to have Founders Day to honor our heroes who volunteer so much of their time to our children. It all couldn't happen if we didn't have the persons who bravely steps forward and says, I will be the PTA president. Let's get it going. So to all of you here this evening who are PTA presidents now or were past presidents, give us a wave and let us show you our appreciation with a loud thank you.
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 There's so many of you who give of your time and energy to make good things happen for our children. The Honorary Service Award gives us a chance to recognize you for what you do for our students, families, and schools. I know that there are many of you who are out there tonight. Please raise your hand and let us know who you are. A big round of applause for all of the past HSA recipients. And to those who will be honored tonight, we are here to cheer you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Marian. And we appreciate all you do and the many, many years that you put into to the Garvey Council PTA and for kind of keeping us in line whenever we have a question about anything, we know exactly where to go to. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, Marian. All right, so next item in our agenda, on our program, we're going to start the presentation of the Honorary Service Award. Okay, so before we start with the units, we're going to start with the Council Honorary Service Awards. And the Honorary Service Award Committee got together and we decided to nominate 3 amazing individuals. And we are going to give a regular Honorary Service Award. We are going to give a very special person Honorary Service Award. And then lastly, we are going to give a Continuing Service Award. So that will be the 3 awards we'll be giving tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by awarding the first award of the evening. Okay, so our first recipient of the Honorary Service Award is a parent, unit president, and a full-time teacher. I often wonder how she can do it all, but she does it successfully and with a positive attitude. She is a team player that is always willing to jump in and lend a hand whenever needed. Her enthusiasm for the work she does and the students of Garvey is truly an inspiration to us all. She is always the first to respond to my countless emails and requests. She is often seen leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance or delivering an inspirational message at our council meetings. She definitely makes my job as council president much easier. When we were deciding who is deserving of such an honor, it was a no-brainer. It was honestly unanimous. It is my pleasure to award this year's Honorary Service Award to our Vice President of Fundraising, Mrs. Neila Pacheco.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I didn't expect this. Thank you. I appreciate this very much. I'm very honored. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. And we couldn't, like I said, we couldn't think of anyone more deserving of this, Neila. And we just appreciate everything you do for us. Like I said, you make my job so much easier. And I know I lean on you a lot, but I just want to let you know you are appreciated.
Thank you so much. And we're a team. I don't see it, any other way. So thank you so much. I appreciate this. I'm speechless. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. And the next member of my cabinet that will be awarding the next Honorary Service Award is Maureen Shin, who will be presenting the award for our very special person. Go ahead, Maureen.
Thank you, Paul. Congratulations, Neila. Very well deserved. I want to introduce our next recipient, who is receiving the Garvey Council PTA Very Special Person Award. We can't think of anyone more deserving of this award. She supports absolutely every student, administrator, and staff member in the district. She seems like a quiet person, but under that quiet exterior is a passionate, committed individual that is a force to be reckoned with. She is a great partner to Garvey Council PTA. Actually, tonight would not be possible without her. She is actually the technical wizard behind our Founders Day event. She has that can-do attitude, no matter how daunting the task is. If she is unsure of how to do something, she figures it out and makes it happen. She's always willing to go above and beyond with a smile on her face. She approaches every task and project with such positivity. She exceeds our expectations with everything she does. She is truly an amazing person to Garvey Council PTA and to the board and to our superintendent as well. This year's very special person award is presented to the administrative assistant to our superintendent, Mrs. Mavelia Dang. Congratulations, Mavelia, well deserved. Yay.
I know you weren't expecting that, Mavelia. I know you probably have a lot going on running the Zoom meeting, but is there anything you would like to say?
I think she's speechless.
No, I actually just got out and then she's kind of in tears. I have to ask her, please unmute yourself and then say a few words.
Definitely not expected, but thank you very, very much.
And I'm trying not to say anything to her today, the whole day.
I bet that was difficult. Thank you for keeping that a surprise. But like we said, we couldn't think of anyone more deserving of this honor. And like I said, I wrote the scripts and it came to me because I had so much to work with, and she's just so amazing and putting this together, and she's a great partner. This could not be possible without her, and I think she just deserves to be recognized. Thank you very much, Mavelia. All right, and our last recipient, last but definitely not least, is receiving the Continuing Service Award from Garvey Council. And to present this award is Miss Stephanie Garcia. Stephanie. Stephanie, are you there? Can you hear me? No? All right, so what I can do, she may be having technical difficulties at the moment. I could go ahead and present on her behalf if she's having technical difficulties. All right, so I'll go ahead. Our last recipient of the Garvey Council PTA Honorary Service Award is receiving a Continuing Service Award. This is due to the fact that she has served the district and the students of Garvey and Temple for many years now. She is always there to take on various leadership positions at the unit level when needed. When no other parents are available to participate, she gladly steps up. Her children have moved on, and she is still a dedicated officer of the Temple PTSA. She is an incredible team player that will gladly step in and help out other units that are in need. It is my esteemed pleasure to present the Garvey Council PTA Continuing Service Award to Ms. Van Track.
Woo! Yay, Van!
Yay!
Woo! Go, Van! Yay, Van!
Go,
That
Van!
That was so unexpected. Thank you, you guys.
Oh, she's crying.
Congratulations, Van. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I feel so thankful. I'm just so glad to be here. And I love both Temple and Willard.
Well, we're definitely glad you're here, and you've done so much, for the district and for the students, and couldn't think of anyone more deserving than. Thank you so much. All right. Moving along now that we've concluded the council awards, we're gonna move on to the unit awards. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in order. So the first school that will be giving out the awards this evening is going to be Bitely, and that will be presented by Rachel Wong. Rachel, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel Wong. Can everyone hear me? Are we good? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Hi, Miss Wendy. Okay, so my name is Wong, and I will be recognizing our Founders Day recipients on behalf of Bitely's PTA. So first, we're going to start with Miss Sandy Tovar. Is she here? I hope she's here. Yes. Okay. Hi, Miss Sandy. Okay, so we're to begin with Miss Sandy. Since the first day she stepped foot onto our campus, she has always put the staff and students first, especially during this crazy pandemic time. She makes sure that the children always have what they need, whether it's shade when it's hot outside or sanitizer to keep us clean and safe in the classroom. She is willing to go above and beyond for our school, and not a day goes by that you are not greeted by her smile or smiling eyes, because we're all wearing masks now, and caring spirit. You will catch her going the extra mile beyond her workday, whether it is supporting our Bitely PTA activities, helping out our woodcraft staff, or helping out in the office. You will always catch Miss Sandy working. We love you, Miss Sandy. We don't know where we'd be without you and your amazing cooking, so don't ever leave us. We love you. Our next recipient is Miss Tracy Yamasaki, and I think I saw her in the participants. So Miss Yamasaki is a very organized and dedicated parent that is involved in the Bitely PTA. She sacrifices a lot of her time to ensure that our Bitely activities and fundraisers are successful. She takes initiative to make sure that all things are in place in order for events to run smoothly. She's always thinking ahead in planning activities and ideas that will benefit our school and our children at Bitely. We are very thankful that Mrs. Yamasaki is here and part of our Bitely family. Thank you so much for your service. Yay, Miss Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sandy. You did it. Thank you.
Okay, our next recipient is Miss Arlene Yoli Rangel. Miss Yoli, are you here? I hope she's here. I think I saw her. Okay, so Miss Yoli has dedicated 24 years to Bitely and Bitely students. She originally started out as a volunteer until our former principal, Miss Razzo, offered her a job to join our staff. We want to recognize Miss Yoli for her endless hours with the students during school hours as well as after school hours at Woodcraft. She is a very selfless and generous when it comes to our students. She has even filled cabinets with games and toys for our children with money out of her own pocket. Miss Yoli, we want to say thank you for your big heart and dedication you have given to our students and staff. Thank you so much, Miss Yoli. Yay, Miss Yoli.
Good job, Loli. You did it. We're proud of you.
And our last recipient from Bitely is Patricia Espinoza. Pat has been a part of the Garvey family for over 40 years. She started as a TA before becoming a wonderful Head Start teacher. She has given countless hours to our youngest children in the Garvey School District. She strives to create a classroom environment that is safe and where learning is enjoyable. It takes a real heart of gold to work with these little tiny humans. We want to say thank you, Pat, for everything that you do. Congratulations to the Bitely recipients. Yay!
Thank you so much.
All right, congratulations to all of the recipients from Bitely. Are there any of you that would like to say a few words before I move on? No? All right. So like I said, congratulations to the recipients of Bitely. Very, very well deserved. I am going to go out of order really quick. I had a request for a unit to go next. So we're going to go ahead and go with Willard next. So Willard is going to
All right.
present.
Thank you, Paul. Hopefully everyone can hear me. I know usually we're last because we're the W near the very end, but welcome. Good evening, Garvey family. It's great to be here. And thanks for letting us go next. We have one of our recipients has to get to a practice, so we want to honor our recipients. And we have a wonderful team. So the first recipient that I want to honor is Bob here? Bob, are you there? Bob, can you unmute? Oh, there's Bob. Bob the Wildcat is here. Bob, do you want to say anything? So, Bob, is there one wish that you have, like of all wishes? I think Bob said he would like to get a picture with Miss Anita Chu sometime. Thank you, Bob. We'll make sure we arrange that. So, Bob the Wildcat, and don't tell my kids, but his name is Christian Lee. It's Van's son. So shh. But anyhow, he's worked for Woodcraft, but he is our Bob the Wildcat. He visits the kids in the classrooms. He's done Santa Bob. He did pictures. You might see it on the website. He just brings joy to the kids. And being Bob the Wildcat, he's there once a week at our outdoor assembly. The kids love him. They see him. They're happy. And that's what we need to bring to our kids during this time is joy. And so Bob, or Christian, we are so thankful for you and your time with the kids. It just makes it really fun and special. So let's give a hand to Bob or Christian. Woo! All right. And we'll let you go to practice now, Bob. Get to practice. Don't be late. Our next recipient. Okay. Our next recipient is Miss Elisa Alcone. She is our health assistant. And Elisa is amazing. As we know, all our health assistants and nurses are phenomenal and have worked so tirelessly. Elisa's been amazing, especially, even over these last few months, especially when the surges happen and all the cases. Elisa works tirelessly. She works on the weekends. We're phone calls, texts over the weekends. We're managing things. She's doing most of the work. I'm just kind of saying, yeah, that's the right thing to do. And she's keeping our kids safe as possible. She puts so much time and energy into the students. She's also a person a lot of our 6th grade girls will go to and will talk to about girl things. And she just has such a kind, loving heart that all the kids, boys and girls, just love seeing Miss Elisa. So Miss Elisa, thank you for what you have done too. So you can unmute and say hi too, Miss Elisa. She's somewhere there. Maybe we'll get to her. Unmute. Oh, there she is. Thank you, Miss Elisa. Yeah, don't, eyes on the road, eyes on the road.
Thank you so much. I'm honored, but like I said, we're a team. There's no I in team, so everybody deserves this. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you, Lisa. And then our last recipient, which you heard a little bit about her, is our very own Van Track. And I am so blessed to work alongside with her. Obviously she serves in so many ways across the district at Temple. She gives of her time on the weekends. She makes things for the kids. You can just see the love that she has for all the families on the phone calls she'll make on the evenings, weekends. She'll sit with kids that are being picked up late, helping them with some homework or drawing something. She just has an outpouring of love for all our students that goes way beyond what her job duties are. And we all at Willard, I know, are so appreciative of Van as our office manager and just as a coworker and friend. So Van, we love you and appreciate all that you give to our families here in Willard in the Garvey district. Thank you, Van. And Willard, you can unmute and say yay to all our recipients.
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations!
Woo! Congratulations!
Yay! Yay! Congratulations, Van, Bob, and Elisa.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Maljian, and congratulations to all of the Honorary Service Award recipients from Willard. Thank you so much. All right, and we're going to go back in order now. Next unit to present for Dewey is their principal, Mrs. Denise Williams.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. So I'm going to present Dewey's recipients. I'm going to start with Miss Olivia Sandoval. Miss Olivia Sandoval is our library tech / everything else. Olivia dedicates so much time to the school, the students, the staff, and the kids. Last year, coming back to school when it was just us and kids were at home, Miss Olivia was there tirelessly making home visits with me. She was ready to get on the front line and let's do this and let's deliver that. She's such a go-getter. She is just so awesome. So we appreciate Olivia Sandoval's service to Dewey.
Yay, Miss Olivia.
Yay, Miss Olivia.
Yay, Miss Olivia.
Go, Ollie. Do it, team. All of us. All of us.
Our next recipient for Dewey is Samantha Valadez. Samantha is new to Dewey. She's one of our yard duty assistants / everything else. As she came to Dewey, she just jumped right into her role. And again, aside from what we're asking her to do, she goes above and beyond. She has made her home here at Dewey. She has gotten to know the students, the staff, and the families. And she's also a member of the PTA. And she joined the PTA and just gives so much time. For Valentine's, there she was 6 o'clock in the morning trying to come and get all the Valentine grams ready and promotion. I mean, these ladies wanted to come in on the weekends, and Samantha just dedicates her time, even wanting to work one-on-one with students who she sees at recess needs help. So we appreciate Miss Samantha's service to Dewey. Thank you, Miss Samantha.
Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you, everybody.
Go, Samantha. Woohoo.
And our third recipient for Dewey was a longtime Dewey staff member, Miss Joanna Tao. Miss Tao retired, was lucky enough to retire last year, but she just couldn't stop the work and the service that she did for Dewey. And so we've appreciated that Miss Tao has continued to provide service to Dewey. She has assisted with communication. Dewey often doesn't have translation assistance, and Miss Tao has always offered to jump in and help and make phone calls, do parent meetings and translation assistance. And so she just is nonstop. And so we've appreciated her continued service. It's like she never left, and we hope she doesn't. But Miss Tao, we appreciate your continued service to Dewey. Thank you, Miss Tao.
Thank you, Miss Tao. Congratulations, Miss Tao.
Thank you, Miss Tao.
Thank you.
I'm really happy that Ms. Williams provided me this opportunity to help Dewey family. And thank you so much for your trust and your support. And I look forward to continue working with all of you. This award is, for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Williams, and congratulations to your 3 recipients from Dewey.
Paul, can I interrupt for a minute? We also have another recipient for Founders Day for Dewey Avenue. On behalf of Dewey Avenue PTA, we will also like to honor Ms. Denise Williams and thank her for all her support and assistance towards our PTA activities. Dewey Avenue PTA wants to acknowledge her for going far and beyond her job duties and volunteering her own additional time and resources to best serve all Dewey Avenue students, staff, and parents. So Denise Williams is also a recipient for Founders Day for us.
Thank you, everybody.
Woohoo, Miss Williams.
Woo,
Thank
Miss
you.
Williams. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just glad my daughter came home in time to see this. Thank you.
All right, that's amazing. Congratulations, Mrs. Williams. Like I said, very, very well deserved.
Yay, Denise. Woohoo.
All right. Next unit is Emerson, presented by Mr. Socks. Mr. Socks, go ahead, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. Can everybody hear me okay? Excellent. I'm pleased to be here tonight to honor two very important members of our Emerson family. Our first honoree is Miss Michelle Kwok. Miss Michelle is our Mandarin and Cantonese speaking community coordinator at Emerson, and she is an essential link to our Chinese community. She has become something of a mainstay at Emerson because of all the different ways she serves our staff and our students and our families. She's literally the first point of contact when folks enter the office. In fact, on those rare occasions when she leaves her desk for a minute, it's pretty much a guarantee someone will come into the office and ask for Michelle by name. That familiarity is not a surprise because Miss Michelle treats everyone she meets with kindness and patience and respect. On any given day, it is not unusual to see Michelle screening students during the morning health check at the front gate, or helping a new family enroll at Emerson, preparing an agenda for our school site council meeting, all the while fielding questions from people coming through the office every day. She is very, very deserving of this recognition tonight. She's always kind, hardworking, resourceful. She's someone that you can count on at a moment's notice. And she's a vital member of the team. She's made a tangible difference at Emerson and in the lives of our families. So congratulations to Miss Michelle.
Yay, Michelle.
Our second honoree is Miss Teresa Vergara, Miss Tere. She is one of our noon duty aides at Emerson, and like Miss Michelle, she has made a significant impact at our school. She is kind, loving, respectful towards every member of our Emerson community. It is not uncommon to see her greeting parents, translating between a teacher and parent during an informal conference at the front of the school, helping students in any way she can. She's well respected by her peers and her colleagues because she's very proactive, she's reliable, and she's extremely positive. Miss Tere has a lot of wonderful qualities, but I would be remiss if I didn't specifically mention the good work that she does with our Emerson students. She understands something that I believe, which is that students cannot learn unless they feel safe and cared for and loved. And she makes that her first priority every day. She does everything she can to meet students' needs and to find the right strategies or interventions or supports or just kind words to help kids. And that determination to serve our students has helped create a school environment that is safe for everyone. And so I'm incredibly grateful to Ms. Tere for her outstanding work, and I congratulate her. Thank you.
Bravo, Tere.
Congratulations, Tere.
Felicidades, Tere.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Stocks, and congratulations to the two recipients at Emerson. Very good, good job. And moving right along is Garvey Intermediate, and presenting for Garvey is Principal David Alcone.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, good, thank you. So it is my pleasure to honor Garvey Intermediate's entire office staff for all they do on a daily basis, but especially for being on the front line during the COVID-19 pandemic. Let me introduce our team: Leslie Villarreal, Office Manager; Ming Luan, Office Assistant; Kathy Rubalcava, Attendance Technician; Hoi Z Crystal Lee, School Community Coordinator; Edith Merguia, School Community Coordinator. Now, this team has always been amazing, but during the last 2 years, they've had their work lives turned upside down. They were asked to take on extra hours take on extra duties, and I have really pushed the idea of other duties as assigned. And while they were taking on these extra duties and extra challenges, they've had to deal with challenging students, frustrated parents, uneasy staff, and worst of all, cranky administrators. But through it all, they have managed to maintain the highest level of professionalism and respect for all. So we honor these wonderful people tonight for everything they do for Garvey Intermediate and for keeping our school running so smoothly during this difficult time. So thank you to our 5 recipients.
Love you. Love you.
Thank you, Garvey office staff.
Did the office staff have anything to say?
I do.
Patrick, you're not the office staff.
Mr. Alcone, I just want to say thank you for those beautiful words. It's a pleasure working with my team, with you and Ms. McDonald that are great supporters, our teachers that are always there to help us. Thank you, everyone.
And
Yes, yes, I want to.
Go ahead, Ms. Ming.
Okay, I want to thank Mr. Alcone and Ms. McDonald for their constant support and motivation. This is a tough year, but with their guidance and how they make this year easier and better. I greatly appreciate their leadership and unwavering effort to keep the school a safe environment for all. Also, it could be impossible for me to do my job without the support and encouragement of every teacher and classified staff at Garvey. I sincerely express my heartiest thankfulness to all of you. Thank you.
Yay, good.
And so, yeah, Edith, school coordinator, I just want to say thank you so much to, I think everyone at Garvey Intermediate School overall, a very close family. All of us, whether you're a teacher, whether you're working outside, security, whoever you are, all of you guys are hardworking people. So it's a team effort. I want to thank the administrators, everyone. You guys are all a team. So it's a team effort. Thank you guys. It's a pleasure working with you guys. Thank you.
Love you. Denise, you're gonna make me cry.
Yay!
Congrats.
So just wanted to say also, again, can everyone hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So just want to say as the office manager to my site administrator, David and Aaron, thank you for your leadership and guidance. To my amazing teachers at Garvey, thank you for your dedication to your profession and the patience you have when things don't go the way expected. To the best support staff at my school, thank you for all the big and little things you do to help keep things working. And finally, to my fantastic staff, thank you for your support and teamwork. At times like these, we all need to just be there for each other. And so I just want to thank you all for just being here today and taking the time to recognize all the award recipients this evening. Thank you.
Hey, great
So
job.
lovely.
Hey.
Thank you,
Thank you so much,
Leslie.
Garvey staff. Good job. Mr. Duran, thank you.
I was muted. Woo, 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 woo.
All right, thank you very much and congratulations to the office staff of Garvey. And thank you for everything you guys do for the students and for our Garvey community. Well deserved. All right, and our next unit is going to be Hillcrest, and the awards will be presented by Teresa Rodriguez and Elizabeth Lee. Go ahead, guys.
We're going to start with Elizabeth.
Hi, everyone. So I will be naming off 2 of the recipients first, and then Teresa will follow after me. So the first recipient is a parent. This is the Very Special Person Award. This parent has 2 students here at Hillcrest School in the dual language program. And he is also on the PTA board, and he's been on the PTA board for 3 years now as a historian. And he also is currently the secretary of the school site council. So he's doing a lot for us, for the kids. And not only that, he spends his nights helping the Chinese community in LA, the LA Chinatown. And what he does is he paroles the area, the community at night with a group of other males. And they just ensure the safety of the elderly. And he also teaches them self-defense techniques with the cane. So if you want to learn how to defend yourself with a cane, you know who to call. And this person is Willie Wong. Willie, are you here? Mr. Willie Wong. It's a surprise. I told him he had to attend. Willie,
yes,
are you here? Hi,
Yes.
Willie. Congratulations. And thank you. Thank you for all that you do for us. So surprise. Yay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so that's one of the recipients, and the other recipient is for the Honorary Service Award. This goes to a teacher at our school site. This teacher every year teaches Chinese culture through teaching the kids how to do the lion dance. So every year we look forward to his class parading around the lion dance and all the instruments. And he's been doing it ever since I've known him, ever since he's been at Hillcrest, he's been doing it every year. Also during the distance learning, he created the karaoke club for the students to show off their singing talents. Another thing that he enjoys doing is dancing. So he has a wellness session after school, and he teaches some of the staff members bachata and salsa. So if you want to learn how to dance, just give him a call. So thank you very much. Mr. Chan Lee, are you here? Mr. Chan Lee, I saw your name up here. Show yourself. Manuel, Manny. He was here though. He was here. So congratulations to Mr. Chan Lee. Okay, and Teresa will name the other two recipients.
Congratulations. Good evening, everyone. The next recipient that we have is our principal, Dr. Laura Quintana. We have to basically acknowledge the fact that it's hard enough to start a school under the circumstances, but being a new principal and having the pandemic and learning all the new teachers' names and students, and then we also have our Woodcraft Ranger staff and extended staff, we have to take our hat off to her for being able to run the school, get familiar with everything, the logistics of all that entails at our school. And she's been doing it every single day with a smile and with the calmest demeanor. And so just to make things quick, we want to honor you today for your leadership and for your support, Dr. Quintana. Thank you so much. Is she here?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I just try to have as much energy as my amazing staff because I don't want to let them down, or the kids ever. So thank you.
Okay, and then our second recipient, actually this, I had written it up for somebody else to read it. I wasn't expecting to do this myself, but I'll just read off of the queue. So I'll be referring to myself. But the recipients actually is Jay's Pizza, and Jay's Pizza is in Monterey Park, and it's a family-owned and operated pizza shop that has been serving our community for many years. They are very supportive of the local youth sports and schools around, like ours from the Garvey School District. This is on a personal basis, but last year during the pandemic and teaching via Zoom, one of the owners, Elisa, was pitched an idea that I offered to help our students and families as a token of appreciation to the families, the parents in particular, and the students. for making sure that their homework was checked and the homework was done, and that they showed up every single day with their cameras on and participated. As a token of appreciation, the idea was to offer every single one of the families a pizza dinner, which included chicken wings. And when I offered, came with this idea to Alicia, she loved the idea. She wanted to help some way, somehow, the families, understanding that the kids and the families were in a very difficult situation. And so she helped make sure, and her staff, that 31 families and more, because then afterwards I suggested also my Imagine Learning students after school. So needless to say, it was a huge success. The children and the families were thrilled, and in return made a genuine effort to attend school and participate by having the cameras on at all times. Overall, it didn't end there. At the end of the year, we also wanted to celebrate, but due to the pandemic, we weren't allowed to have food unless it was individually wrapped, etc. So I let her know about it, and she said she would talk to her husband. She called me back and she said, we're going to prepare individual pizzas and boxes for each of your students, the graduating class of 2021. So her generosity and care was beyond admirable. The hard part here is that unfortunately this summer, she passed away, and she left a void that will never be filled. And she became a really good friend to me. So her legacy and generosity and care for the community is now carried on through her husband, Antonio Acevedo, and her son, Thomas, who is with us today. So today we honor Jay's Pizza with an honorary service award for the community in memoriam of Alicia Acevedo. So congratulations.
Yay.
Tony, I don't know if you're here. I hope you are.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for this award. I know how much my mom cared about everyone in the school, especially with you, Ms. Rodriguez. And she was very happy to help you and be a part of the community and, help out wherever she could. And we hope to continue to work with the community and follow her legacy and keep providing what is needed from us to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. And thank you to your father as well. Hi, Antonio. Does he want to say anything?
Thank you.
Antonio?
Like he said, we're gonna serve it the same thing like she's doing. Okay, we, we're here for you, for your kid, for whatever you need. Okay,
we appreciate that. Thank you very much, Acevedo family.
Thank you.
So that concludes our honorees, our presentations. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you, Ms. Rodriguez and Ms. Lee for presenting your honorary service awards, and thank you to all of the recipients. Congratulations, and thank you, Jay's Pizza, for doing what you do for the students of Hillcrest. Moving on, the next school to give their honorary service award is going to be Monterey Vista, and that will be presented by Mr. Hing Chow. Mr. Chow, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Paul. First of all, I'd like to extend my good evening to our Garvey community, parents, teachers, staff, cabinet, and also board members. It is actually an honor for Monterey Vista PTA to honor 4 of our recipients today. I know a lot of us have mentioned this past year, year and a half has really been difficult times, but it's really amazing to hear all of our recipients today who overcame that, and still, in spite of all that, we were able to service our kids in the best and in different ways, in unique ways. So congratulations to all of our awards winners with that, HISA awards. Okay, so we have 4 recipients. The first recipient tonight that we're going to honor in Monterey Vista is our PTA. Actually, we have a co-PTA presidency, and one of them is Miss Christine Lam. So if you're here, Christine, we're honoring you tonight. I want to say that this year, under our Monterey Vista Schools PTA and under her leadership has been amazing. She has demonstrated effective leadership skills in working with our school community through this difficult time. In spite of this, she still works collaboratively with our PTA board and to make experiences meaningful for each and every one of our students. I would like to highlight some of the unique things that she has come with. She's definitely creative. I know one of our important event during the school year is to honor our veterans during our Veterans Day Assembly. However, this past 2 years due to a pandemic, we're not able to have in person. However, what she did was she invited, we usually have a writing a poem, poetry, as well as essays and drawing contests for our students. We still had it this year. So what happened was that we still had a contest where students would draw pictures, write essays thanking our veterans. What she did was she got a hold of American Legion in the city of Monterey Park. And with that, she was able to bring over the pictures that the students drawn and then post it on a hall in this American Legion and still had a way to honor our veterans. So thank you for that. And then this is just some of the things that she's done, to help to service our community and also to recognize our community. But I'm not through yet with this because she could not have done that alone. She's done it because we have an amazing board. And that brings us up to our recognizing two of our other board members who are Emma Slemp and Tiffany Hui of. Now, they are doers for our PTA, along with the leadership of Ms. Lam. First of all, Emma is also our co-president. So she works hand in hand with Christina, but also she's the other twin of Tiffany, because whatever event you have, they're there and they're doers, and they're trying to come up with ideas, to help bring the best experience for our students. They both are the pulse of our PTA, and they do make things happen. If there's an idea, they'll both make it a reality, such as our Halloween celebration in front of our school this year, to the Christmas drive-through event, in which both Emma and Tiffany completed it from start to finish, along with our volunteers, but the idea started with them. And also Tiffany, she's also our membership chair, and we had an annual goal this year of reaching 300 members. She not only reached our goal, but she exceeded it. So with that, I'd like to say congratulations to 3 of our recipients: Christine Lam, Emma Slemp, our co-presidents, and also our membership chair, Tiffany of. If you're there, please make yourself visible, and we'd like to recognize you. Thank you.
Thank you for the nomination. I don't think I'm just really speechless because you told me it was Emma and Tiffany, and I've been trying to get people to come up with Emma and Tiffany. I'm like, but yeah, I just want to say, I'm just so thankful for the board and the group of parents that have been so supportive of all the things that we're all trying to do, and especially Tiffany and Emma. They're such an inspiration. They're just there ready to just roll up their sleeve and do anything they can to help our families and our staff, and especially our students. And you can see that passion, and they're just so inspiring to work with. Thank you.
Thank you. Tiffany and Emma, are you there? Would you like to say anything?
Yes, hi, I'm here. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Really wasn't expecting this. I was just told to join to show support. So thank you, guys. I appreciate that. And congratulations, Christine and Emma. I love you guys. And I really, really cannot do this without you guys. I'm honored to be a part of a group of moms and dads, well, mostly moms, that really, really have the best interest for the children and the school at heart, and we all get along really well. So that support means everything. And I know with this experience, I've made lifelong friendships, and that's amazing. So thank you guys again, and shout out to Mr. Chow and the teachers for always supporting us. Thank you.
Emma, are you there, Emma?
I just want to say it's awesome to be a part of
such a great team, and it really makes everything work together when I have such an awesome group of ladies around us. I get nervous. But teamwork does make the dream work, and I'm so glad that, you know, Monterey Vista is such an awesome community of parents willing to do everything we can for our babies. So thank you.
And thank you, Emma. We go way back from at Temple Intermediate, correct?
Yes.
So,
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Our final recipient is Miss Lucille Aguilar. I hope you're surprised, Ms. Aguilar. She is currently our school counselor, and she does 110%, which is an understatement. First of all, she's new to our school, but she's always willing there to help and go the extra mile for each and one of our students. She's always visible on campus in the mornings, lunch, after school, helping out with different school functions. She's truly student-centered counselor in every sense of the word. She makes an effort to know each student by name and to greet them. She also demonstrates excellent leadership skills in working with our 2 behavior aides to support students and teachers in the classroom. And we're grateful for her that she also, along with our team, also helping out with planning our wellness center and also developing our student store. So with this, Ms. Aguilar, we honor you with the award, and congratulations, and thank you so much for your service to our students and our staff in the community. Thank you. Yep, Ms. Aguilar, Lucy, if you're there, you'd like to say anything?
Thank you. I was told I was going to translate, and I was like, I'm not going to translate. So thank you, Mr. Chow. It's a pleasure to be part of the Monterey Vista and working with you and along with all the teachers. It's been a learning experience, and I'm very thankful to become like a counselor again. And just every day, I'm so happy to see the kids, and every day telling them, have a good day, do your best, and just keep going, because I believe in each of those little kids that I work with every day, and they just touch my life so much. So thank you, Mr. Chan. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations, Ms. Aguilar. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Duran.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chow. Congratulations to the recipients at Monterey Vista. And I have to say, I love the fact that you kept it a surprise. I love seeing the reaction when they're not even expecting, especially when they're so deserving. That's why I didn't tell any of the recipients for the Garvey Council. I just love seeing the reaction. That's probably my favorite part. All right. So moving along, let's go ahead and bring Miss Judy Gonzalez on. She will be presenting the awards for Rice.
Okay, hi there. Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce you to our 4 HSA recipients who are not only amazing people, but wonderful contributors to our school and to our district. Our first recipient is our nurse, Miss Rachel Law. And so Miss Rachel has been a driving force and has worked tirelessly to keep us all safe during these very interesting times. She is so patient and so kind with our families, with our students, and with our staff. She loves working with kids and helping people. She loves coming to work and helping our families. She has a very special place in her heart for new immigrant families and wants to help them get used to their new home. So Miss Rachel has worked in the Garvey School District for 5 years. And during her tenure, she has served Hillcrest, Monte Vista, Garvey Intermediate, Bitely, Duff, and Rice. And Mrs. Law also has worked 12 years in other public school districts and 2 years in a community health clinic. She received her BA from the University of Wisconsin, her Master's of Nurse Practitioner from Cal State Dominguez, and I did not know, but Miss Law is actually also a doctor. She is received her degree from Cal State Fullerton. On a personal note, she's been married for 25 years and has 2 sons. Her oldest graduated from Berkeley with a BA in mechanical engineering. And what do you know? He works for Tesla. And her little one is 21 years old and is a junior at UC San Diego and is studying computer science. She loves to volunteer at her church and to travel. So if you can please join me in honoring Miss Rachel Law. So we'll give her a round of applause. Law, are you here with us? Rachel,
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Judy. I like to thank Rice School for giving me this recognition. I appreciate it very, very much. I know this school year has been really rough for many of us, and I'm grateful for the support that I received from my wonderful health services assistants and the school office staff at all my sites. Without your help, I wouldn't be able to do my job well. Of course, thank you, Renee, Anita, and all the principals for your support. All of you have worked very, very hard to keep our staff and our students safe, and you all deserve this recognition. Thank you, and I wish you all good health and COVID-free for the rest of the school year, and God bless you.
Yay. Thank you, Rachel. So our next three recipients make up our mighty, mighty special education team. They go above and beyond to wrap themselves around our most vulnerable children and their families. Our families know that not only do their teachers love their children, but they also love their families and work hard hand in hand with them to make sure that their children thrive under their care. So first up, we have Miss Rogers, who always has a smile on her face and a can-do attitude. The Garvey School District and Rice School have been fortunate enough to have Jennifer work here for the past 8 years as a preschool teacher. She also worked 10 years outside of Garvey as an SDC preschool teacher. She loves her job and firmly believes that early education is a calling. She is passionate about finding multiple ways to help her students, and she is firmly committed to unlocking her students' gifts and talents and working with her parents to help them see the same thing. Her favorite part of her job is collaborating with her parents. She can often be seen driving to their homes or giving them her personal cell phone number to get in touch with her whenever they need something. She wears many hats in our district, amongst them as a mentor for new special education teachers. She is part of the early childhood assessment team and is also the special areas union representative. Personally, she has an 11-year-old boy who loves Taekwondo, soccer, and video games. She loves to take trips with friends, spending time with them, and going to concerts. Thank you, Miss Rogers, for all you do. Please join me in honoring Miss Jennifer Rogers. Yay, Jen. Jen, I know you're there. I saw you. Jen, do you want to say a couple words?
Yes, I just want to say thank you for the nomination to Grace Carmona, to Judy, to the rest of PTA, and also my fellow special ed recipients of Pat and Annette. You guys have been such an amazing team. To Katrina, Mei-Ling, all the ones I've worked with in the special ed department. So thank you guys so very much for this nomination.
Thank you, Jen. Let me see. So moving on, we have Miss Annette Johnson. And Annette can often be seen singing and dancing around the school. She turns everything into some sort of jingle to keep her students engaged and to cement their learning. Everything from brush, brush, brush your teeth, or walk, walk, walk around. And so everything becomes a little jingle for her. It is so cute to see. Annette has worked as an educator for 33 years. She received her degree from the University of Alabama, A&M in Huntsville, Alabama. She started out in the private sector before joining the Garvey School District 24 years ago. She started at Rice in 1998 as a 1st through 3rd grade SDC teacher. And then she moved over to Bitely and came back to Rice in 2020. So we're so excited to have her back at Rice. She loves SDC preschool because she can sing and dance and entertain her littles. She says that music and movement keeps her young. The kids think they are playing, but they are really learning. And she loves to see how much her students grow in such a short period of time. Personally, she has a 31-year-old daughter who is an entertainer and has been married for 36 and a half years. She loves life and is thankful for every day she is alive. Her goal is to bless others and to encourage them to be the best that they can be. We are grateful for Mrs. Johnson's enthusiasm and commitment to our littles. Please join me in honoring Miss Annette Johnson. Annette.
Hey, Annette.
So Annette, would you like to say a couple words?
Yes, I would. I would just like to thank the PTA. I would like to thank my wonderful principal, Miss Judy, and just all of my wonderful parents. I love what I do, and I just thank everybody. We have a wonderful special ed team that I really love. I'm so happy to be back at Rice. I feel like I'm back at home. So just thank you, thank you, thank you. And I do love you guys. And that's it.
Thank you, Nick. Okay, moving along. Lastly, but the mighty Miss Patricia Estrada. Pat cares so much about her students and she goes above and beyond to meet their needs. She has been known to have sleepless nights because she simply can't stop thinking about her kiddos and how best to help them and support them. Mrs. Estrada has been working for Garvey for 11 years. She started out as a substitute teacher, behavior interventionist, and is currently in her 3rd year as a special education teacher of our K2 mild to moderate special education class. She is also a proud graduate of our district and attended Emerson and Rice Elementaries. She has been married for 18 years and has 3 kids. In her free time, she loves to run, hike, and spend time with her family. She loves being a special education teacher because she finds it very rewarding. She feels that it does not get any better than helping a student reach their potential. She enjoys the challenge of figuring out how each student can thrive. It is very important to her to accept every student as they are and to be open and flexible to their needs. The process of slowly and gently unpacking with kindness, respect, and understanding is what makes special education unique and extra special. Thank you, Patricia, for all of your hard work and dedication to our students. We are so proud of you, and we are so excited to call you one of our HSA recipients for this year. If you can please join me in honoring Patricia Estrada. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Annette. Thanks, Jen and Katrina and Maylene. I love working with you ladies. I feel very blessed and honored.
Thank you, Pat. And Rice School, I know you're here. I see all of your names. So Rice, if you want to, unmute yourselves, and a big shout out to our teachers. I'm sure they would love it. So thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Yay. Way to go. Woo. Yay.
I see
Love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Duran.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Gonzalez and the Rice team. Congratulations to all of your recipients, and thank you for doing what you do for the kids. All right, and the next unit that will be honoring their volunteers or their Honorary Service Award recipients is going to be Sanchez, and that will be, those awards will be presented by Ms. Benitez. Ms. Benitez, go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Sanchez, can we show faces, Sanchez, so I can see who's with me? Because I know we promised that we would show faces, or I think we promised, or was that just me saying that? I don't know. Anyways, thanks everyone for being here. And if you're here for Sanchez, I really appreciate it, because we really want these 2 guys to feel special today. When we first asked for nominations, I think it was 100% in agreement that the staff felt that so many people deserve to be recognized, but because of everything else that's been thrown at them or added to their plate, we felt that Mr. Paul Garcia and Mr. Danny Fong, who I think are here. I saw Mr. Paul's there. Hi, Paul. I see you. And Paul, thanks, because I know he's on shift, but I asked him if he could please just take a break. Oops, there's an echo. So anyways, I just wanted to say, The reason these two gentlemen were chosen is many reasons. And I know that if I called on certain teachers like Adriana De Leon, I see you're in the house, I see you there, and I know that you'd have plenty to say about these guys, and there's her pom-pom. Or if I ask other people that are here, like I saw Mr. Escobedo here, and I saw a bunch of, again, other teachers here, they would probably share the same reason, about both gentlemen. So my accolades for these gentlemen, Danny and Paul, are going to be the same. Although they're unique and different in personality, they actually exemplify the same values. And that's why this is so easy for me to express gratitude to both of them. Paul, I haven't worked with for very long because he's only been with us. And thanks, Paul, for reminding me, it's 2.5 years. And Danny's been with us for about 7 years. And I'm grateful for that. And the reason being is because both of them bring a level of professionalism as our custodians, Danny being our day custodian and Mr. Paul being our night custodian. They bring a level of professionalism and commitment to Sanchez, that's beyond compare. They're definitely two gentlemen that we can count on. They understand sense of community. They understand sense of team. They understand that their contributions matter a great deal to us. And their absence, they understand that their absence, regardless if it's, if it's personal or whatever, that it matters, we feel when they're not around. And we are so grateful that they choose to be around. And I want to say this because I just found out that Mr. Paul actually, not only does he go the distance to be, an amazing support to us, he really goes the distance because his commute is ridiculous. And he knows this. But yet he's there. He's at Sanchez. He shows up, and that's those 3 words. They show up. That's what these two men are about. They show up. They show up day to day to day, and they were there when we needed pop-up tents. And every school knows this story with pop-up tents. They were there to take down pop-up tents. They were there to fix pop-up tents. They were there to put up plexiglass. And they're there at the moment you ask. And they do it with the smile and professionalism that, again, is unmatched. And that is why we feel that Mr. Paul and Mr. Danny, they need to be recognized from the morning that the staff is there to the end, to the last person that leaves Sanchez. They need to be recognized for the way they care for our school, the way they care for the children, the way they care for us, for the team. We feel it, Paul, and we feel it, Danny, and I want you guys to know that. We really feel it. And again, I hope you never leave us because we don't want you to go anywhere. We're so grateful. And I know that if I chose, like I said, like if I chose Adriana to speak, she has, she has accolades for, for the way Mr. Paul supports her, and Danny has accolades, or Danny would receive accolades from certain teachers for the way he supports them. And again, it's just unmatched. And to also highlight the fact that both gentlemen are amazing family men. They're very loyal and dedicated to their families, and that matters. And I hear it because, they'll share. And I think those are the values that carries over. And I do feel that both gentlemen treat our campus as if their own children are there and present. Even though they're grown children, I know that that's the care that they have for Sanchez. And we are, again, eternally grateful for that, Paul and Danny. And I don't know if Danny's here, but I thought I saw somewhere there's a Danny, so I hope it's Mr. Fong. And one thing I recognize is even just the way they connect with children. The other day I saw, this is just a little story, I saw Mr. Danny, give a little elbow to one of my students who's special needs, and he has a little a walker and is very difficult, and I see Danny doing the bump, right? And that child lights up, and I think those little things, those tiny little things are what make an impact. And whether you're a principal or a teacher or a parent or a superintendent, or our support staff, it doesn't matter. Those little things, these two gentlemen recognize is an impact on our children. So I want to thank you both, Paul and Danny. You are the sunshine of Sanchez, and whether you know it or not, we do value you a great deal. So don't leave us ever. And I hope you don't. And thanks for all you do, Paul and Danny. Sanchez, can we unmute and give them a big round of applause?
You guys are the
Oh,
best.
Paul, you have to, can you unmute and share? I know you're going to share something, so thanks, Paul.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I would just like to thank everyone for recognizing my effort. I will continue to do my best I can. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Thank
Yay,
you.
Paul.
Thank you.
Paul.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Paul.
Yay, Paul. Yay, Paul.
Thank
Woo,
you.
it's
Thank
made
you.
up of
Thank you.
little things.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Danny,
Thank you
are
very
you
much,
with
everyone.
us? Mr. Danny, are you there? I thought I heard Mr. Danny. Okay, maybe not. So anyways, again, thanks to both of you. That concludes our two recipients who are getting the award. So thank you, Mr. Duran.
Thank you, Ms. Benito. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Duran. Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. All right, thank you, Ms. Benitez. Congratulations to Paul and Danny. I can definitely attest to everything that Ms. Benitez said. They're amazing. It's very well deserved. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, moving right along. Last but not Temple Intermediate, and they will be the awards will be presented by Dr. Robert Boyd. Go ahead, Mr. Boyd.
Okay, well, first, thank you, Paul, for the introduction. And I want to welcome everyone and say good evening to you. And, you know, they say that, you know, it's a cliche, save the best for last. In this case, it's absolutely accurate. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. Before we actually recognize Temple Intermediate's Service Award recipients, I do want to put something out there about my good friend, Paul Garcia at Sanchez, that I definitely have to give him credit for. He was actually claiming to be a Rams fan when they were a bad team. So I can congratulate Paul on his team's Super Bowl victory because he was there during the bad times, walking around with that Rams hat on. So congratulations, Paul, on your team's success. So that being said, going to Temple Intermediate's Service Award recipients, we have two recipients tonight that are very, very, very deserving. And I'm going to introduce one first because I know that she's here and she logged on from the middle of her second job just so she could be with us for a few minutes. Grace, stop it. Stop it, Grace. I'm speaking to Grace Carmona, who's blowing me up in the chat. So the first one that we want to recognize is Miss Adrienne Morales Tate. And Adrienne is our health assistant. And let me tell you that from the beginning of the school year, when things were really, really, really hectic involving, you know, our contact tracing and our COVID-19 protocols, she was beyond excellent in keeping everything orderly and following up with all of our student cases and keeping the uninformed principal informed of what the latest policies and procedures were, and just keeping us in compliance, and at the same time doing it with the most pleasant disposition you could ever imagine. And if you don't believe me, just pass by Temple Intermediate about 7:10 a.m. You'll see her in the front of the school, admitting students in, screening them for COVID symptoms, and doing it with a smile on her face that just shows that she is right where she wants to be. And so for that, we want to thank Miss Adrienne Morales Tate for her service to Temple Intermediate. You are being recognized tonight. You are more than deserving. And Miss Morales Tate, if you could unmute yourself and put on your video, we'd like to give you the floor at this time.
Congratulations, Adrienne. Congratulations. Thank you. Hi. Oh, I see you, Veronica. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Dr. Boyd. I just really enjoy being at the school, and you definitely helped make that happen. I really enjoy being with the students, and so I'm here to serve them and serve all of my other coworkers because that's all I really want to do. So thank you again, and I really do appreciate this opportunity to be here and to be recognized for
Yay, Adrian!
Yay!
All righty. And that leads us to our second recipient. And this person, before I say her name, I'll save her name for last, has really been a light, a beam of light in the darkness for a select group of our students. First, let me tell you that she helps everyone that would like her help. That's first. But in the whole scheme of things, and we know that this is an unfortunate truth in our education system at this time, is that sometimes those who are not able to really advocate for themselves sometimes get left behind. Sometimes, I hate to use the phrase, but sometimes fall through the cracks. And they need those people that are passionate and that recognize them and that will advocate for them. In this case, I'm speaking about our EL population. And we have an instructional aide at Temple Intermediate who has adopted our EL students as if they were her very own. She actually not only helps them in the classroom, she takes time out of her lunch to tutor them in language arts and math. And she actually stays beyond her work hours to work with them closely. She develops close relationships with their parents to actually serve as an advocate for them as well. And even communicates with these students on weekends, helping them with their studies. So, you know, people with that amount of passion, that amount of dedication, a service award is really, you know, not enough to give to them. And we wish we could give more. But for now, we will recognize Miss Susan Foreman, our instructional assistant. Miss Susan, are you present? Don't believe she's here, but that's okay. Clap it up for Miss Susan anyway. We're so proud of Miss Susan and so thankful for everything she does for our students with emphasis on our EL students. And that's all we have for Temple Intermediate. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, there's Susan. Susan.
Well, I'm done. I just be honored, and I don't deserve this. I think it's everybody, all the teachers, they provide me the opportunity, the student, they provide me the opportunity to serve them. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations to the Honorary Service Award recipients for Temple, and thank you very much, Dr. Boyd. That concludes the Honorary Service Awards this evening. And I just want to say to the principals, if there's anybody that that you awarded an award to or a recipient and they missed it, this program is being recorded and it will be posted on the district website under Garvey Council PTA, just as last year's is there as well. So if you want to have them watch that, or kind of if you want to relive that, then that that will be posted by Mavelia when she gets a chance to do that. So I just wanted to remind you that's available. And as we head to the end of the evening, we're gonna go ahead and give it to Neila again. Neila is going to wrap up the silent auction and let you know who won or the bidding for each item. Neila?
Okay. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry, the bidding closed at 6:30. So thank you to all who bid, and to all those who won. We had for, excuse me, a bottle of Vogel Vineyards wine and Starbucks card, Martha Ruvalcaba. 1 red envelope and 1 target card, Maureen Chen. A red envelope and target card, Ana Gutierrez. Envelope, target card, Martha Rubacalba. Another red envelope and target card, Martha Rubacalba. The winery bottle with gift card, Maureen Chin. Christina's cleaning services, Diana Law. Dinner, ice cream, and movies package, Denise Williams. Tea kettle, Rosa Marquez. Gift creations, I apologize if I mess up your name, Sidalin Geth. Lowe's gift basket, Maureen Chin. Lucille's gift card, David Alarcon. Olive Garden gift cards, Maureen Chin. Slow cooker, Berenice Lobato. Starbucks gift cards, Paula Pavrinja. Target gift card number 1, Sidalin Geth. Target gift card number 2, Maureen Chin. Target gift card number 3, Sidalin Geth. And Target gift card, Brittany James. The spa gift basket was won by me. I told you I'd win. So congratulations to everyone. The items will be at Garvey District on Thursday. So tomorrow, okay, tomorrow. So let me see. I think after 3, okay. If anyone from Emerson would like me to take it to them, I can take it to them. Okay, and when you receive your items, you just go ahead and give your bid amount. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Neila. Another successful auction, and good job for doing what you do and raising money for the students of Garvey. And yeah, just a reminder, if you won, the gifts or the prizes will be available tomorrow after 3 p.m. at the district office. And Neila, I have your spa basket here, so I'll just take that to you. We'll coordinate that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you, Rice.
All right, and that wraps up our evening. I want to say thank you to absolutely everyone, each and every one of you, for being with us this evening. Thank you to Ms. Anita Chu. Thank you to Mavelia Dang, all the principals, the Garvey School District Board of Education, teachers, parents, my Garvey Council PTA board. You guys are amazing. I love working with you, and I can't wait till next year and Neila's leadership. And that's all I have for you. I always feel so warm and fuzzy at the end of these things. It's very, very encouraging, very uplifting, and just, it makes you feel, like I said, all warm inside. So that's all I have. Ms. Chu, did you want to add anything before we wrap up this year's Founders Day?
Well, first of all, I have been so encouraged by all the honorees. Garvey is definitely blessed with all of you. By the way,
all right.
Did you hear me? I'm so sorry. I think
now I could hear you.
Okay, all right. Okay. Do I need to start over again? Okay. No. So give me 2 hours. No, just kidding. 2 seconds. I just want to thank all of you. I have been so encouraged, and you have no idea that how many times I have to wipe my tears from my eyes. Just listening to all of your self-giving services warm my heart. I really feel that I'm the most blessed superintendent, and I want to thank you on behalf of our entire community. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being a partner in this amazing journey. And thank you for bringing in all these blessings to our students and our families. So I'm going to continue to journey strong with you. Please don't ever leave us. Just we will journey together. Tomorrow will be a brighter day. But for the rest of the evening, I want all of you to enjoy a great meal. I know that some of you have been kind of like waiting for this program to over, and enjoy a great meal. And most importantly, thank you, Paul. Thank you to all of our Garvey Council PTA leaders. Thank you for putting this beautiful celebration together today. It has been such the most uplifting event for a long time. Thank you. Looking forward to next year. Promise us that it will be in person and we'll be able to feast together, right? 3 years worth of dinner all in one setting. So thank you so much, everybody. We love you all.
All right, thank you very much, Miss Anita Chu. Thank you for everything, you guys. And let's shoot for next year to meet in person. And like Ms. Chu said, just have a wonderful, wonderful celebration to celebrate all of our wonderful, wonderful leaders. Thank you very much for an amazing year, and I will see you guys next year. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations
Good
to
night.
everyone.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you and good
Y'all
night.
come back now, you hear? Good night.
Good night.